Coach Ferentz and the Hawkeyes are back to work on the gridiron. Many plans for the 2025 season are now available. Take advantage of the black plan or the gold plan. Saturdays inside Kinnick Stadium. It doesn't get any better. Visit HawkeyeSports.com for more information.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Iowa men's basketball has enjoyed family success historically. Most recently, the McCaffrey brothers and Peyton and Price Sanford. Jordan Bohannon was a hoopster, while his dad, Gordy, quarterbacked a Hayden Fry Rose Bowl team. Then there's the Murray twins, Keegan and Kris, sons of former Hawkeye star Kenyon and wife Michelle. Both starred for Iowa and led the school to a Big Ten tournament title before both were drafted in the first round of the NBA. Keegan with Sacramento, Kris plays for Portland. There are close to 19,000 college basketball players. A little more than 1% get a chance at an NBA roster spot. With training camp and an 82-game schedule that, counting the playoffs, runs from October through most of June, there's rarely time for a Murray family reunion. Kenyon and Michelle did get the brood together for a getaway while continuing to develop plans and push forward on a cutting-edge sports complex that will assist families for generations.
It's been a little bit tougher to get them together just because of the commitments that they have. We actually just got back from Hilton Head, so we had a family vacay. Kris couldn't make it because he had mini camp in Vegas, and now he's in Italy scouting out the location for his and Sophie's wedding next year. So it does take a lot of planning. You know, my wife usually handles all that kind of stuff, especially with my schedule. But yeah, family time is important. Obviously, we cherish that. It's the reason why I think, had the success that we have had as a family is because we're close. But you're right, man. It does not make it easy. And that window with two NBA guys gets smaller and smaller.
I hear you. Good to hear, though, that you're able to find some downtime. Staying busy and active runs in the Murray family. Kenyon has taken on a project really unlike any other in eastern Iowa. Plans are in works for a 50,000 square foot complex in North Liberty called the Corridor Sports Performance Center, which will accommodate basketball, volleyball, pickleball courts, but have a holistic approach to it, including mental wellness, enhancing physical skills beyond sports. Kenyon, you've been coaching and developing athletes for more than 25 years with the Murray Elite Basketball label. Departmentalize the complex itself, what the staff will look like, and what was the origin for this next step in growing the total person?
Yeah, well, I first have to give a shout out to Corda Credit Union. So now the facility will be known as the Corda Sports Center. They have partnered with us and we reached an agreement on building naming rights. So Corda is actually opening up new location in North Liberty, and they'll be opening up one in Coralville. So it was really kind of a synergistic time for us to get together. So we're excited to have them as a partner. But, you know, the idea for this facility, it was spawned back in 2011 when Kris and Keegan were in fourth grade, but I just didn't have the network or the resources to really get it done. And so our legacy basketball program kind of utilized different gyms and those kind of things for practices and tournaments. And so we knew with Murray Elite, with what we want to provide athletes at the elite level, we needed to have our own place. And you talk about timing and synergy. We've partnered with Ability Physical Therapy and Rehab, and they have a sister company, Elite Fitness, which is a 24-hour fitness center. So both of those entities will be tenants in the building. So when you look at trying to maximize the space, you're trying to create an environment, like you said, holistically that can help student athletes. That is something that there's no other facility, you know, in Eastern Iowa will have. And then we also have space for classrooms, meeting areas. We're talking offline a little bit about yoga and meditation, and we'll have a multi-purpose room there. So, you know, as far as how it'll run, Murray Elite Basketball will actually be the building operator. We'll have tenants, like I said, in Ability and Elite Fitness. Our nonprofit will also work out of that. So we'll have office space and things like that. where we can really pool resources with our other partners like Zach Johnson Foundation, Junior Achievement. Corda is actually going to bring in financial literacy courses, and that blends really well with what Junior Achievement does with their financial literacy as well as their career development. And so, I think the icing on the cake is Bright Nap, which was developed by the son of Doc Johnston, who was our team doctor at the University of Iowa. And so we're going to bring all these things into place with leadership and mentor development, tutoring, all those kind of things will be kind of a one-stop shop in North Liberty. And we feel that with the vision, the partners that we have, that we're going to be able to really impact the corridor in a way that no other, quote, sports program has done before. And we want to make sure that we create something that can live beyond my time here on the earth. And for us as a family, Iowa's given me everything from my wife, my kids, my education. And so this is just, I think, a small way that we can give back to the communities that have poured so much into our family.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Iowa Athletics is gearing up for another amazing season filled with exciting matchups and electrifying plays. Get your game face ready and come on out to cheer the Hawkeyes on all season long. Visit HawkeyeSports.com to find tickets, schedules, game times, and more. Go Hawks!
This is the sound of grilling season. It's time to get back to cookouts, to gathering with friends and family, and making memories. And with Hy-Vee's lower prices on thousands of items all over the store, you can still get the best quality meat and everything else you need for your barbecues at prices that will make you smile. Get back to grilling for less, with a little help from Hy-Vee.
Here come the Hawkeyes.
And a Stockie racing to the basket, layup good.
Iowa Athletics is gearing up for another amazing season filled with exciting matchups and electrifying plays.
Working hard into the corner. Koch hits a three.
Get your game face ready and come on out to cheer the Hawkeyes on all season long. Visit HawkeyeSports.com to find tickets, schedules, game times, and more. On Iowa, go Hawks!
Touchdown! Touchdown, Iowa!
What is the age demographic, Kenyon? How far does your target audience reach? Is it across the state, the Midwest, the country? I mean, the need is great with our young people, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now the scope is honestly it's Eastern Iowa, because that's where a lot of the kids in our program work, and then having Zach's connection to Cedar Rapids Public Schools, and then I even informed my son Demetrius. I was like, hey, you're in Iowa City West, there's going to be families that you can target. So the people that we look to help don't necessarily have to be a part of our basketball program or any of the other athletic things that we have going on. We just want to be able to pool these resources so we can help. So we're going to start as low as young as the kids come that need our assistance, whether it's in tutoring or different things like that, physical fitness, those kind of things. We really don't have a demographic for that. But when you look at our basketball program, we start at 6th grade on the boys side. We're starting 2 girls teams this year, 7th and 8th grade. But we know that each one of those kids has a family that may need our resources. So wherever the need is, our staff and everybody that's involved in the project will make sure that we identify those people, those individuals, those families, so that we can do our best in helping get them the resources that they need to thrive in our community.
The city of North Liberty has approved the plan. You've got funding lined up. So what is the next step? What's the next hurdle to cross, I guess? And when can we see the Sports Performance Center in its totality actually coming out of the ground?
Yeah. So right now, the biggest push is for we're in our major campaign for fundraising. We actually have some really good meetings this week. We're looking to hopefully raise about $4 million through investors, whether they're LPs or GPs, limited partners or general partners. We also are looking to raise that money through our nonprofit, which is the Murray Foundation. People can find out more information at themurrayfoundation.org. And so right now, that's a big push, especially over this next 30, 45 days. We're hoping to break ground late September of this year. And hopefully things, fingers crossed with supplies and tariffs and all that kind of thing, that we can actually open up the doors from the physical part of our building, the the fitness center, the rehab, and then the actual court space, 12 months or so, 12 to 14 months. So we're looking at a late fall when we open the doors there, and then we can build out all the the meeting rooms, the classrooms, the office space, that kind of thing. We just want to make sure that we're open for business when the fall hits, so we can, because that bodes well for our tryouts, whether it's for volleyball or basketball. That's the goal right now. And so going out and raising this $4 million is kind of the most important thing right now. But we've got a great team. I'm never the smartest person in the room. I don't know everything. And so we've really been able to put together a group of individuals that see the vision. They want to impact the community this way. And so we have a lot of people working really hard to make sure that all our goals and our timelines are met. So I'm excited just about where we are right now. 11 months ago, I didn't know anything about commercial real estate or developing. And so I'm learning as I go.
Well, you know a lot. And I was sitting here thinking, I remember when Tom Davis recruited you out of Battle Creek, Michigan. A lot of top programs wanted Kenyon Murray. You picked the Hawkeyes. Then and now, I can't help but see a lot of Coach Davis and his principles in your growth as a person and in this project that you've taken on.
Yeah, coach has always been great. I think when people ask like what kind of coach he was, he was a coach that understood, athletics was a big part of why he was where he was as a coach. And for us players, he wanted to make sure that we were well-rounded. And one of the things that he always taught us was, how you pour into other people. I mean, that's truly meaningful, because coach was a teacher. Obviously, that's where his foundation was built as a teacher. And more than anything, how we could impact the communities that we became part of. And so I have a great platform right now. Obviously, shout out to Kris and Keegan for kind of giving us that platform. But we're able to impact people in ways that I never dreamed that I would be able to do. And that's what's been fun about it. And, it all goes back to the great coaches I have, not only Coach Davis, but Chuck Turner, Hall of Fame coach that I played for at Battle Creek Central. Rich Walker is a big part of what we're doing right now. But I think it's been the relationships that I've created over the last 33 years now, since I've been in Iowa, that has really helped me put this thing together. And it really gives me a lot of encouragement and energy to go out and do it, because I know that there's nothing like this in Iowa. And so with all the facilities and things like that, we'll still be able to set ourselves apart from them with everything that we do outside of sports.
That holistic approach with sports competition as a centerpiece will assist countless young people with career development and readiness on and off the court. The NBA will be involved with the Murray Foundation, matching every $25,000 donation from Keegan and Kris Murray that will help with scholarships for families unable to afford costs of a camp. All part of the Murray family's giving back to a community and a state that has meant so much to them. I'm Gary Dolphin for the Fight for Iowa podcast. Go Hawks!
You've been listening to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Hawkeye fans, remember to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. Once you become a Fight for Iowa podcast subscriber, you'll automatically receive the latest episodes of the Fight for Iowa podcast, the Hawkeyes Voice podcast, Hawk Talk replays, exclusive game day content, and more. Until next time, on Iowa, and go Hawks! The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.